Hello ladies and gentlemen, Mike here from Transcendent Gaming. Today we're going to talk about the future of gaming, console gaming in particular. I was going to make an article about this on GamingRealm.com. I'll most likely still make the article, but I was thinking maybe I should expand my video horizon a little bit, on my YouTube channel, Transcendent Gaming. Everybody's on this channel watching this video, so y'all know. I was kind of thinking maybe someday that, console gaming will kind of die off and everybody will be heading into the PC gaming kind of thing. I was kind of thinking simply because PC gaming is where it's at. You know what I mean? You can upgrade everything inside the PC. Everything you do in PC, it's multitasking to the max. Alt tab out of your game, then you have the entire PC at your disposal. While console gaming, you do one thing at a time. I'm sure they're doing some multitasking elements to it now, but it'll never get to where PC is at. You know what I mean? Then I thought, why would everyone be heading into PC gaming? I don't think it will happen. I thought about it a little bit. I don't think it'll happen. First of all, not everyone has the patience or the know-how to build a custom-made powerhouse PC for gaming. And on top of that, if you make a PC comparable to what the $400 PlayStation 4 is, you're going to be spending a good $1,000. It's a lot easier for a consumer to go to a store, pick up a $400, $500 Xbox One, PlayStation 4, then to head to a Best Buy or, a Tiger Direct or to Newegg online, be purchasing parts and, making sure everything's compatible and then putting everything together. Or if you head to Best Buy, you buy a PC, a nice PC, whatever it is, 12 gigs, 16 gigs of RAM, a terabyte, 1.5, maybe 2 terabyte hard drive, and then you have to figure out, because not all PCs around the $700 range bring dedicated video card in it with even a gig or maybe 2 gigs. So then you have to figure out what video card you want to grab as well. So that's an extra $200, $300 slapped on there to get a nice video card. And that's something that not everyone wants to do. Not everyone wants to go to a store and do all that mumbo jumbo. It's just a lot easier to pull out your wallet, give them, your credit card, your debit card, $400 in cash, for that PlayStation 4 or that Xbox One. It's just a lot easier because then you can just plug and play and that's it. Everything's already in it, everything you need, and it's already a powerhouse gaming console. Now that I think about it, console gaming, I don't think will leave anytime soon. In fact, it's going to enter some it's going to get into some very interesting things in the near future. Like, for example, this thing about, gamers sitting down on their couches, playing with the controller, having some pizza right behind them, getting fat, you know what I mean? That's not the future of gaming. While it was fun, while everyone enjoys it, it's not the future of gaming. Future of gaming is in here. From everything I've researched, the future of gaming is in here. Just imagine being fully immersed into a world. Now, take into consideration the fact that your brain, if you see something, let's say you were in a virtual world, you see something, there is absolutely nothing telling your brain that what you're seeing is not real. So you can feel, you can touch, you can taste. You can, if you get hurt, you can get a little pain, you know what I mean? And I think that is where gaming is headed, where everything will be up here. Everything will be in a virtual set world. Whether it's a chip integrated into your brain that you can just click, say, hey, I want to do some gaming, and then it starts gaming. Or maybe you have to put these spy glasses on and suddenly you're immersed into this fully gaming world. Maybe you have to be put into some chamber, some hyperbolic chamber, like in Dragon Ball Z where everything's, you just imagine anything you want and then bam, 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 it's there. Now this would open a lot of opportunity and imagination for gamers and developers to just, you know what I mean? It's gonna be there, and it's gonna be there soon. I mean, I'm talking about, if you think about how much advancement we've had in the past 10, 15 years, it's unbelievable. Not too long ago, we weren't doing HD TVs. Now we're doing full 1080p, 4K TVs, you know, with 3D glasses and things like that. Last console generation, PS3 had 512 megabytes of RAM. Now we're getting 8 gigabytes of RAM, GDDR5 RAM for that matter. And PCs, I went over to originpc.com. Okay, get this. This is something unimaginable. I mean, I'm talking about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. People were rocking 500, even you know, just a tiny bit. I'm talking about 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 megabytes of hard drive space. Hard drive. We're all the way up to 4 gigabytes of hard drive space now. And on top of that, you can actually get RAM that goes all the way up to 100 gigabytes. Even more, 160, 200 gigabytes of RAM. How ridiculous is that? Considering 15, 20 years ago, we were nowhere near that. I mean, people were, you know, with 512 megabytes of RAM, 5 megabytes of hard drive space like 20, 25 years ago. It's ridiculous just how much we've advanced. And it's getting to a point where our technology is advancing exponentially. It's not linear. So you just start rising at a certain rate that it's way too fast. There'll come a time where we cannot keep up with technology simply because of how fast it's advancing. I want to recommend a certain documentary real quick. It's a very, very inspirational. It's a fun, it's very informative documentary you can watch. It's called The Transcendent Man. I'll write it down in the description so you get it. It's Ray Kurzweil. The dude is a genius. He's predicted a few things. I'm not saying he's doing some Nostradamus kind of things, but he's predicted the year that computers will be able to beat humans in chess. He predicted when the internet was coming. He predicted cell phone, things like that. Very, very good documentary. I recommend you all check it out. It sort of talks about the singularity and how fast technology is going to start advancing. We're getting to the point where 10, 15, 20 years from now, you simply will not be able to imagine the sort of technology we will have. Things like leap motion, you know, the motion controller, things like that will be integrated into everything we use, whether it's cameras, monitors, computers, consoles, chairs. Tell your chair, hey, go up, leap motion kind of shit, you know what I mean? Your doors, your refrigerator, your bottle of water, everything will be, things like that will be integrated in everything. Simply because it's who we are. It's what humans are. We make everything easier for us. We make everyday life easier for us to live in. Gaming will be up here. It'll be a virtual reality world where you're fully immersed into this world. And what's telling you that everything is real is the fact that you're seeing it with your own eyes, and your brain is telling you that's something to take real. Now, the only thing I'm thinking is, if you guys ever seen The Matrix, you know, it could end up like that, you know what I mean? Where if you die in the game world and the fake world, you might die in the real world simply because your brain can't tell, you know, whether or not, you know, it's real or not, because everything feels real. Because if you're fully immersed into a world, there's absolutely nothing telling your brain that isn't real.